Alright, in this video, I want to let you know how to do the single sample mean t-test. As I described in the lecture, you can go to Analyze and compare means and means. But before that, let me just change my option. So display names and alphabetically, and output as names and labels. So you can see the name of the variables and sorted as in alphabetical order, and click apply and OK. So if you go analyze and compare means and go to one sample t-test, you can perform the single sample mean t-test. Let's suppose that you are interested in the income level. So in the previous lectures, we already used the CONRINC, which is about their income in constant dollars. And you can move this one because this is your target variable. And the test value. So we don't know much about the mean value, mean income level. We would assume that in our knowledge and based on the theory and based on the articles, we would see that the median or the so in census level, the median income is about just $55,000, but that's the median income. But let's assume that the mean income level of the United States in the population level is $55,000. All right. So then we can compare the mean, the sample mean of our data. So this is the variable about the income level in constant dollars. So we can compare whether the mean income level in our sample data is same or is identical with the population level mean data. So as 55,000 in the population level in our guess, and we can compare this population mean to the sample mean. So that's the basic logic of the single sample mean test. And we only know that we can calculate the confidence interval, but we can do it later. Okay, you can click OK. So let me enlarge my screen of the output here. All right, so we can see that the mean, in our sample data, the sample mean has $36,000. So this is the mean of the sample data. Standard deviation is here, standard error is here. And then if we see this one, the significance value. So this is the p-value, and if our p-value is below 0.05, it means that in alpha level 0.05, we can reject the null. So our null hypothesis is always mean that there is no difference between the sample and also the population mean data. And because this is the below 0.05, it means that we can reject the null, and we can find that there is a statistically significant difference in the mean of the sample and mean of the population. So in this case, $55,000. So maybe I put too high number. So let's suppose that you're surprised with this difference, and maybe we can set up, maybe we can change the population mean in our estimation or guess as $30,000, and then click OK. All right, so $36,000 in our sample and $35,000 in our estimation or in our guess in the population mean. And if you see the p-value here, right, is over 0.05. So it means that we failed to reject the null hypothesis, and we just say that there is no statistically significant difference in the mean between the population and the sample. So we cannot say that our sample mean is statistically significantly different from the population mean in this single sample mean test. So this is the process of the logic of the single sample mean t-test. And also, if you go to the compare mean again, and if you put 0 here, and then okay, so we put 0, so our mean is here, and 95% of the confidence interval of the sample mean is calculated here. So by using the the sample data, we can calculate the confidence interval as well as the hypothesis test that whether our sample mean is statistically significantly different from the population mean. Okay, so this is the format, and this is the flow chart of the single sample mean t-test using SPSS program.